There's no doubt about it. Urban carp fishing has become increasingly popular in recent years, especially through the publicised angling exploits of renowned anglers such as Alan Blair, Alfie Russell and Jacob Worth, to name a few, whose angling exploits have resulted in some amazing carp being landed from some seriously built-up areas. I've always been reluctant to indulge myself in this style of carp fishing, but recently my opinion on urban carping has changed, and I've found myself beginning to enjoy the uniqueness and variety that is on offer when fishing in a city. I've already enjoyed a couple of sessions fishing in urban locations through my series, Urban Carp Adventures, and this video is no different. Join me as I head to Toronto in Canada with a mission to catch some carp from a few epic locations. However, before we get into the fishing in the heart of the city, I've got a pretty cool stop off to make first. Welcome to Urban Carp Adventures, Episode 3, Toronto. Hello and welcome to another video. Now, where we're fishing today is pretty cool. We're on a massive river system over in Canada, just a few hundred meters away from the world famous Niagara Falls. To catch a carp here would be, it'd be pretty special. Like I said, it's a huge river system. I got here about an hour or so ago and I started baiting up straight away. The carp in here, there are a good number of them, but they are quite nomadic, so getting a lot of bait down I think is going to be the first call of play. My bait mix consisted of a bit of a supermarket suite of baits, loads of oats, some creamed corn, some canned corn and some tiger nuts that my friend Paul has sorted me out with. Big mix of that. I've spotted it out at the bottom of the shelf in front of me and at the top of the shelf. It's not far out at all. I'm just flicking the dot spot out. I'm not even clipped to it. I'm just making a big spread of bait and I'm hoping that those carp, as I'm moving through, are going to fall on that bait. I've also been in the car tying up a few rigs. On one rod at the top of the shelf I'm going to fish a slip Ronnie presentation with a bright yellow pop-up, and on my other rod I'm going to fish my normal river rig. It's a rig that I use when I'm fishing these big rivers. It's very, very simple to tie. It's a fluorocarbon D rig with a chod claw hook, a nice beaked point hook that is perfect for these sort of venues. It's nothing fancy, but it does the job and it's very robust in these harsh conditions. I'm going to cast both of them out with big PVA bags of sweet corn. I'm going to salt the sweet corn, a little bit of a trick here if you didn't know it. I'm going to salt the sweet corn so you can put it in the PVA bag and then it'll dissolve out in the water. So I've got a nice big bed of bait around the hook bait as well as the bait that's spread further around the area. So that's the tactic, that's the plan. I just need to get the rods in now, cast them out onto the spot and then we're fishing. I'm going to spend about 24 hours here and I'm hoping we can nick a bite or two, and then I've got some other plans for the rest of the session. This is the final section of my Canada trip. I hope you guys have enjoyed the video so far. If you have, please like and subscribe to the channel. We've got loads more big adventures coming. Like I said, this is the last one in Canada. Let's try and finish with a bang. Right, pretty much everything's ready. Let's cast those rods out, sit back and take in this pretty amazing surrounding on this huge river we're fishing over in Canada, a few hundred meters down from Niagara Falls. I had a well-formulated plan and it was now time to execute it and hope that it came to fruition. My rods were cast out along the marginal slope, around where I baited quite heavily with my particle mix. My plan would be to recast and rebait fairly regularly, as the flow of the river will be washing my bait away and causing potential damage to my rigs as well. Recasting on a big river like this is key, so the plan would be to freshen everything up every hour or so. With the rods out for the first time, I was able to sit back, watching the hypnotising bob of the rod tips in the flow and waiting for one of them to hoop over with a hard-fighting river carp on the end. As I was sat there, Canadian carp legend Paul, who had helped me throughout my stay in Canada, popped down for a visit. As we were catching up on how my trip had been going since I last saw Paul, one of the rods ripped into action.
On the brakes in again.
Yeah, you don't want to do that.
What a screamer that was.
Almost took your rod. No, you're in. Holy. Oh, did it get it, or is it a different fish? It's a different bite. Carnage.
Double runs are common here as the fish show up like a herd of cattle and feed in numbers. After sorting the lines out, Paul and I could focus on playing the carp.
Maybe we do get a brace shot after all. Small?
Yeah.
That looks like a really yellow.
That was out of nowhere, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Paul dropped by for a little visit.
just in time to help me land this. Oh, that's it. Oh my God, twice. I don't think I've ever seen a carp do it like that.
Alright!
That'll do.
Yes. You gotta get the rod back up there.
I know. Well, thank God Paul was here. Came down to give me a little visit. And as he was here, an hour after the rods went out, double take. Put the smaller one back, they're not massive. There we go. My first Niagara River common. Cool common, really nice fish, really clean. They do get to about 30 pounds in here, up at 30. If I catch one of them, I'll be buzzing. Really now, I'd like a 20 pound would be great. 20 pound fish would be fantastic. Like I said at the start, I just wanted to catch one, so that's already been done in an hour. We've got quite a bit of time left. See if we can catch a bigger one. A double run so soon after casting out meant that fish were on me and in numbers, so I wasted no time in getting the rods back out. My only worry is that the fish can move off you as soon as they move onto you again, so I wasn't expecting instant bites right away. I knew that continuous baiting would be important, so once both rods were on the spot, I got to work once again with bait and hook to ensure there was a bed down there to hold the fish in the area and for as long as possible. With everything sorted, the wind and the rain began to pick up, so Paul decided to head home whilst I retreated into the car for a bit of shelter. Well, how's that for a result? Now I'm fishing, 2 fish in the net, I only wanted 1. Yeah, well happy with that. I'm hiding in the car now because the wind and the rain out there is, it's pretty savage. I was going to do the night here, although I've just found out that you can't keep the car here overnight. So I went to the motel, which is right behind me, to see if I could leave my car there, and they said I could have a room for the equivalent of about 40 quid. So I'm thinking I'm going to fish well until dark, maybe like midnight time, then reel in, get a good night's sleep in the motel before heading off to explore some venues in Toronto tomorrow. So that's the plan. We've got, still got a good amount of time till that midnight, probably about, 8 hours, so we got a good length of time, and with how quick that action was, I'm sure we'll catch a few more fish, hopefully a bigger one, and I'll get a good night's sleep, and then we'll go for some proper exploring tomorrow. Fish in the net, I could barely sort myself out before I had yet another take. Double take again. About to do with a fish down there. Crazy. The fish were both small commons, not even hitting double figures, so I decided against carrying them up the rocky bank to stress them out for a needless picture and just slip them straight back before getting the rods back out and hiding from the brewing storm in the comfort of the car. The wind and flow was bringing a lot of floating weed down, causing my rods to need to be redone more often than I'd anticipated, but other than that, it was pretty straightforward fishing. I just hoped bigger carp would show up at some point. As the storm passed over, the wind began to die and everything felt a bit calmer. I emerged from the safety of the car and got to work, topping up the swim again with a bit more bait. As soon as these fish moved on to me, they seemed to be off again, as it had been a good while since my last bite, but I thought some fresh bait may re-entice the fish to the area. I sat back against the car, watching the vast river for any signs of fish returning into the swim. 5 fish, not bad at all. I reckon that one will go in a minute as well. It was just a small common, but I decided to leave the fish in the net to avoid it spooking the shoal that could be down there feeding on the spot right now. Surprisingly, I didn't receive any more takes that session. The sun was setting and it was getting late, so after an hour or so I returned the fish and headed to the motel across the road to get some sleep, with the plan of returning early in the morning for a few hour session before heading to Toronto. I was up early the following morning, making the extremely short journey across the road and back to my original spot. I was going to follow the exact same game plan as the day previous, fishing the same rigs on the same spot with the same baiting approach. I would give it a few hours just to see if I could tempt a bigger carp. It's obviously nice to get bites, but the majority of the fish yesterday weren't even doubles, so the novelty of catching fish this size soon wears off. With rods out and plenty of bait spotted out on the area, it was time to play the waiting game.
Okay, we are back for another session on the river, and it's another windy one. I'm crouching behind the car here to try and keep out the wind, so you might get a bit of wind noise in there, I do apologise. Or a bit of car noise from the road behind me, just going past. Anyway, rods are back out. Spotted a few over the top as well, maybe like 10-15 spots, and I'm going to give it 2-3 hours, I think, see if we can nick one more. A few hours here before we head off into Toronto. So, like I said, rods are out. Let's sit back and wait for a bite.
It was a slow morning, with my first bite not coming for at least 3 hours after casting out. Ooh.
Come on, mate. In you come. In you come, mate. Oh, they love a little jump out the net. There we go. Nice. Get in there. Okay, and a couple of hours fishing, just the one bite. No double take like we were getting yesterday. But there we go. Cool common, probably 14, 15 pounds, something like that, maybe a little bit bigger. Sadly, not a giant, and I've got about 10 minutes left, I think. I've recast the rods, they're back out there on the spot. I'm gonna give it another 10 minutes before I head off, because I think that we're just gonna be working through a lot of these sort of size fish, and I'm probably better off going somewhere new. But what a cool venue to have fished. Just downstream, or I think this is just upstream actually, from the Niagara Falls. Really, really cool experience to catch these carp on such a big river system. Well happy that I've had a few. Let's go try and find something else. A new adventure awaits. Sit this one back, give it 10 more minutes like I said, and then get on the road. I waited it out for another 10 minutes, but no more bites came of it. So it's time to load my little blue Kira with all the gear and head off once more. I had a few stops to make first. Firstly, I needed some caffeine, so I headed over to the local Tim Hortons for a couple of coffees before I headed off to the iconic Niagara Falls, as I had yet to see it for myself. With the sightseeing complete, it was time to head into downtown Toronto. I'd collated a few places to check out from Paul and a few of the local anglers, as well as a few places that I thought looked promising from Google Maps. The idea was to bounce around them throughout the day before finishing at a really special venue for the night that I thought would give me the best chance of a proper ending to an epic month of fishing in Canada. As I was prepping my gear before heading to my first spot, an inquisitive local came over to ask a few questions. He was a fisherman but had never fished for carp and wanted to learn how to catch them. But the way that the carp feed, so they suck in the bait.
Yeah.
They'll suck in the bait,
Yeah.
and the weight is what hooks them. You don't have to strike or anything.
Yeah, right.
And the reason you have the hook exposed like this, so they suck it in and it all goes into their mouth.
Yeah.
And then it'll hit them like this. They feel it, they try and shake away, but then this lead pulls the hook back. So the bites, you'll be fishing with bait, and you'll have your rods tips like up, and all of a sudden it just goes, it like starts taking loads of line because they've been hooked themselves. You don't have to be holding the rod and strike or anything. They hook themselves. But and then this setup, I mean, since I've been in Canada, I've only caught like 23, 24 pounders as the biggest. But in Europe, I catch them to like nearly 80 pounds.
Oh, 90 pounds.
Yeah, 80, yeah. So this is some of the bait I use. So I use a lot of corn.
Yeah.
I need a lot of this, which is called tiger nuts. They're little nuts.
Oh.
And yeah, the fish love them.
So what? So you just let it go, or what do you do? It's like in Asian, usually that we eat. Right?
No, I put the picture and put them back.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. If I ate one, my audience would go crazy.
Oh, really?
I would get cancelled immediately.
Oh.
In England, you don't eat them. For me, I'm surprised carp fishing's not bigger over here.
Oh no, because only Asian like it. Only Asian.
Yeah, to eat them.
Yeah, because we eat them. Because it's not, I don't eat. But carp is good for the pregnant lady after delivery.
Oh, okay, I didn't know this.
Yeah, so they make a congee. Do you know congee?
No.
The rice and soup, and they make a really soft Asian stuff. I'm from Korea.
Okay, yeah.
But that one is China is famous, and even my mom knows.
Yeah.
They boil it until everything melt down. It's like a bones and everything. Yeah. Put a lot of basil and everything to give to the whatever delivery babe, the ladies. This is good for her health.
Ah, okay. So after
that's why.
So after they've given birth, they eat carp.
Yeah.
Ah, interesting. I didn't know that.
That one is that's why carp. But here they don't like it. It's like the same as Asia. The bass.
Yeah.
They kill all the bass because bass kill all the small fishes over there.
Right.
They messed up all natural stuff over there.
Yeah. Okay.
Here, or carps is the same thing. They try to kill it.
Yeah. Exactly.
It's the opposite in Asia.
Yeah.
Here.
Right. Yeah. In England, yeah, no one kills the carp. We love them so much. Oh. I see. You know when they go bow fishing for them. Have you seen that?
Yeah.
When they go bow fishing.
Yeah. It's the US, right?
Yeah, in the US. They do it a little bit up here as well, but I find it crazy because they have big graves full of hundreds of carp that they've killed. And in England, if those carp were alive and you wanted to buy them to put them in your lake, you'd be paying tens of thousands of pounds, hundreds of thousands of pounds. And in America, they just shoot them with a bow and they throw them in a field.
Yeah. That's it. Okay. It's raining. You have to run.
See you later, mate. Nice to meet you. Take care. Well, I'm not sure how much of that you heard, but I learned something new there. In Asia, they eat the carp for the pregnant ladies. Yeah, pretty cool conversation. Right, we're at the spot. Let's get over there, get the rods out, see if we can nick a quick bite. Okay, here we go. We're at a very cool little urban spot. We've got a skate park behind me, busy road, and we're in a big marina which is connected to Lake Erie, I believe, which is one of the Great Lakes. It's ridiculously big. It's the sea. There's waves crashing in at the minute, but we're in a little marina just off of it where I think it's nice and sheltered, nice weedy bay. I think for flicking rods out for a couple of hours, this could work. That's the plan today. We've got about 8 hours till dark. I'm gonna do 2 4-hour sessions on different venues, and then I'm gonna go somewhere really special for the night. I'm just hoping I can nick a bite at every venue I go to. I'm gonna talk a little bit about the tactics that I'm gonna use, but for now, I'm gonna get the rods sorted, flick them out, sit back, and then I've also had a bit of a mess up here. As we were leaving the spot on the Niagara River, I ran over my landing net. So my landing net snapped. So I need to somehow bodge that to work because I need a landing net, especially here where I've got to sort of lean down to net them. So once the rods are out, I'll fix the landing net and then I'll talk to you a little bit about the tactics for today. Let's get cracking, let's get the rods out, hopefully catch a carp. With my time limited at this venue, I didn't want to overbait, and I also wanted to fish with something that the fish would instantly see and recognise as food. I went for a similar tactic as I fished on the Niagara River with the salted particle PVA bag, but I fished both rods on bright yellow pop-ups on Ronnie rigs. The pop-ups were heavily glugged in a sweet booster, so they would pump off loads of attraction and hopefully mimic the sweet corn in colour. Sweet corn and tigers are always a great bet for virgin uncaught carp. They seem to love them. I cast both rods into a clear area and watched the water with my polarised glasses to try and spot any carp moving around the area. As I was looking, a local guy came over and he told me how he used to fish and had seen some decent sized carp swimming around the marina in the past. So normally you just see him cruising around here?
It usually, like I said, it's like for 12:30ish one up to 5:30, 6ish.
Right, this is where they tend to hang out down here. And some big ones, yeah?
Rare sizes, yeah. Well, I don't think not as big as the ones you showed me.
No, I don't think there's any as big as that in Canada.
Well, I really thought I was gonna catch one here. There's a few fish showing. My new mate who came down for a little chat, who doesn't fish for carp, he said he sees them down here too. I really thought we were gonna get one, but it's getting on a bit now. I've been here about 3 hours and I wanna go to my other spot. I feel like I was gonna catch one, I got it quite quickly, and I just don't have the time to wait it out. So unfortunately, I won't catch one from this cool spot. Let's reel in now, head to the new spot. Hopefully our luck changes. And then tonight, I've got such a cool place to go to. That's a place where I'd love to catch one. I've got to fish it just to say I fished there. It looks amazing. So that'd be cool later on. Let's get a move on, get out of here. Venue number 2 in Toronto. It's about to be hit up. Come on, let's catch a carp.
The next venue was on a river system that ran through the city, and the spot I'd been recommended was just on the outskirts of downtown Toronto. The only downside to this spot was that Paul, who had recommended it to me, said that it was very prolific, but it could be a bit of a warmer weather spot. So with a little bit of light rain falling, I wasn't feeling the best about this location. However, I was here now, so I wanted to give it at least an hour or so before heading off. I utilised the same tactics as the previous venue, but I hope my luck would improve this time around.
Well, things aren't going quite as expected. I really thought this was going to be a bit of a garren the way Paul described it. And he said to me I should see fish jumping, I should see signs of fish. I've not seen anything. I've not seen anything in the edge either. I've baited a couple of spots to see if they come in really close. Yeah, I've not seen a single thing. I've even gone on the top of the bridge a few times to look down. Not seen any carp. I've got another half an hour here before I reel in and go to my night spot. Now my night spot, it's probably the one I'm least confident in catching from out of every spot I've been to so far in Toronto, but it's really cool, and I think I've got to go there. I've got to go there and give it a go for the night. It's going to be a bit of a tricky one in terms of being comfortable, but yeah, it's a cool spot, really cool spot. So give another 20 minutes here, and then we'll head off there. And even if we don't catch, it'll be cool to show you guys. So that's the plan.
My night spot was going to be right in the heart of the city, and I was extremely excited to fish here. I'd seen photos of anglers with fish right in front of the famous Toronto skyline with the CN Tower above them, and I would love to have that shot on my album. Fishing it was going to be tricky. Even getting to the spot was going to be a challenge. I parked up in an underground parking block nearby before loading up the barrow and heading off for a bit of a walk to the marina on the Toronto waterfront. I got a few strange looks from people as I was going. I'm sure the majority of people thought I was homeless. The marina I was fishing joined onto Lake Erie, the Great Lake on which Toronto is situated, and it was a known holding area for carp. However, to make matters even more difficult, a huge storm was forecast to roll in off the lake at some point in the night, and the spot I was fishing was on the end of a concrete pier, meaning that my ability to secure my shelter down was going to be very challenging.
The audio here is going to be horrendous. I've got like a gale force wind coming in across the Great Lake, which is basically the sea. I've basically got a storm coming in off the sea right now. But I had to fish here. I don't know how I'm going to put my brolly up. I don't know where I'm going to sleep. I don't know what I'm going to do other than I'm getting rods in here. Such a cool location. I'm praying I catch a 5 pound common. I'll be absolutely buzzing. Just have this as a backdrop. But I know that there's big carp in here. Who can show me pictures of some really big fish that have come out of here? Some nice mirrors as well. A really nice mirror, which are like 1 in a million over here. So there's a chance to catch. It's a bit of a long shot, and I wouldn't be surprised if we blank. But I've got a set of fish here, so yeah, let's figure out what we're going to do. Get the rods out.
I got to work prepping rigs as best I could in the windy conditions. I was going to flick rods out along structure and the mouth of the marina and just pray to the carp gods that I would be fortunate enough to catch one. It really did feel like a complete shot in the dark on this one, and after how the previous 2 venues had gone, confidence was low. But you've got to be in it to win it, and I was just kept thinking about how cool it would be to catch a carp from somewhere like this. With the rods flicked out, along with a couple of handfuls of bait, it was now time for a more difficult job, setting up a bivvy.
This is my sleeping arrangement. It's raining. It is windy. I've got my rods out. My brolly won't go up any other way other than being pinned down by all my heavy items, including a bike rack, and having the brolly completely down. So I'm using like a turtle shell in and out. I don't have a sleep system. I've got a roll-up mat and a sleeping bag, and they're going to go in there. So I'm going to buy. Here we go. That's the backdrop. Wallop.
Yeah, that was my home for the night. It was the best I could manage with what I had and the situation I found myself in. So all I could do was get on with it and hope for the best. The night came in, the wind and the rain picked up, and all I could do was try and make myself as comfortable as possible and hope that I'll be lucky enough to get a bite. Oh, please, I'm begging you. What am I doing, man? What am I doing here? I better catch a fish. Listen to that rain. It is peeing it down. What on earth am I doing? This is actually mad. I've slept in some dodgy situations and uncomfortable situations in my time carp fishing, but I think this is the worst. This is so stupid. Come on the car. Oh my God. Fish on. I cannot believe it. Hook one. No way. No way, no way, no way. Come on, lad. We've actually hooked one. We have hooked one, we have hooked one. Oh, what's that quality? The bloody shoes on. Oh my God. I'm actually so excited. Oh my God. We fucked the car. Just keep it moving, Henry. It's still on. Still on. Oh no. Don't go around there. Oh, he's a good one. That's a decent carp, you know. That's a really nice carp. Oh. Bloody broken net as well, it's not what I need. Come here, mate. Come here, do not come off. Decent fish, I know it's a decent fish. Rain is pouring in my face right now. Wind is hacking in. I've been sleeping under a bloody brolly on the floor. I just want this fish in the net. Get your head up, lad. There he is. There he is. Oh no. To get really close to net because of this net. He's in. Yes. Yes, we got him. Oh, get in there. Come on. Oh, look at that for the backdrop. I can't believe it. Yes. I don't know how I've done it. I've bloody done it. Come on! Oh my God, let me stick backdrop. Jesus, this is not comfortable fishing. Who cares when you catch a good one? Well, I've done some pretty stupid things in my time carp fishing, and I think last night was probably up there. There was times I was literally holding onto my bivvy to stop it from blowing away. Well, bivvy, an old Daiwa brolly, like. Yeah, there was times I was really questioning my sanity. However, we caught one, we caught two, we caught 3 carp. I'm so happy with it. Yeah, I can't quite believe we did catch anything after how difficult the 2 Toronto venues were yesterday to come here. Probably one of the more tricky venues. To have caught a couple, yeah, so happy. So I'll get the 2 commons out and show you them quickly. Yeah, just 2 small commons. I had them right at first light. I didn't even get it on the GoPro. I was that tired. I finally got a little bit of sleep after the rain stopped, so I'll get them out and show you. And then we'll get the big dog out of the sling and end on that, because, yeah, what a fish to end on. I couldn't believe it. Great fight, great battle. Yeah, and a cool carp. Right, let's do this. Well, here we go.
And it's no monster by European standards. It's probably about 24 pounds, but for me, this is a special, special carp. Check him out. And check out the backdrop behind me. I was not expecting a fish from here. So last night when that rod ripped off at like 2 AM, just after the storm stopped, well, was stopping. Big, big battle. And here we go, this wild carp living in hundreds of thousands of acres of waterways. And here's my moment with him. This is the last video, the last fish I'm gonna catch from Canada. It's been such a great trip. I've been there for 4 weeks and so many cool different adventures. You may have seen some videos already. If you haven't, please go back and watch them. If you're not subscribed as well, please subscribe because it helps me out so much. It means I can go on more amazing adventures like this and hopefully bring some content out that you guys like. So happy with that, but I'll tell you what, right now, I need to find a hotel before my flight tomorrow and sleep because I didn't sleep much last night, but it's worth it when you're holding fish like this. Well happy with that. Right, slipping back, find somewhere warm and dry, get my head down for a bit. Thank you, mate.